My ex-wife filed for divorce right after my accident where I lost my leg. She straight up said she wasn't attracted to me anymore. We agreed I could see our son whenever, but no overnights until I got a real place because my RV had broken heat and the doors wouldn't lock. Right after his 7th birthday, my phone rang at like 9 at night. It was my son, and he was sobbing so hard I could barely understand him. He kept saying he didn't want to be there anymore. When I finally got him to calm down, he told me that his mom's boyfriend's kids were making fun of him for asking about therapy. He said he only told his mom and she must have told everyone in the house. I'd been trying to get him into therapy for months. When I brought it up again, my ex shut me down immediately. She said there's no reason a 7-year-old needs a psychiatrist pumping him with drugs. I told her he doesn't need medication, he just needs someone to talk to. She laughed and said since I don't have any money, it might be hard to grasp that those of us who do don't want to waste it on imaginary problems. Every single conversation about our son ended with her reminding me she's the primary parent with the money, and I need to shut up and follow her lead. That phone call was when I found out her boyfriend and his 2 sons moved into her house. Apparently they took over my son's room completely. They threw away his clothes that were on the floor, which were only there because they took his dresser for themselves. My son was sleeping on the couch in the living room. Then he told me about this game they play. One of the boys puts a pillow over his face and farts on it. When my son tries to get up, both boys sit on the pillow and laugh. I asked him how long they do this, and he said until he plays dead and stops moving. My stomach dropped. That's not a game, that's suffocation. I drove straight to her house. When I got there, I confronted my ex about everything. She rolled her eyes and said, it's just rough housing and our son is sensitive because he was an only child, so he doesn't know how to play. I told her covering someone's face until they stop moving is not playing. She waved me off and said her boyfriend has his own way of raising boys, and since he lives there and not me, they run the house how they want. I asked about my son's phone because he told me it got taken away. She said he was being disrespectful. When I asked what he did, she said he refused to rub her boyfriend's feet as a chore. A chore. My 7-year-old son was expected to rub a grown man's feet and got punished for saying no. I told her that's predatory and my son should never have to touch anyone he doesn't want to touch. That's when her boyfriend walked around the corner laughing. He said, I don't know what I'm moaning and groaning about because I don't live there, so I can't make demands. Then he told me I should just take my sissy of a son back to the trailer park because if he doesn't want to listen to the man of the house, he can leave. I walked out before I did something I'd regret. I filed for emergency custody that night. It took 2 weeks to get a court date. When we showed up to the hearing, my ex brought her boyfriend and his 2 sons. She didn't say one word to our son. She was laughing and messing around with the boyfriend's kids in the hallway while we waited for our turn. My son sat next to me watching them. He had tears running down his face, and he asked me why his mom was picking them when she's known him his whole life. I didn't have an answer because I was wondering the same thing. When we went in front of the judge, my ex didn't even contest the custody. She just sat there nodding while her boyfriend whispered in her ear. The judge asked her if she had anything to say, and she said no. I got full custody right there. My son is living with me now in a small apartment I got last month. On our way out, I stopped in front of my ex and told her to get her head checked because she's acting like she has a brain tumor. The bailiff told me to keep moving, but I didn't care. She didn't even look at me. She just walked out with her boyfriend and his kids like nothing happened.